is your main event, Mark's Podcast. I am your host, lifelong wrestling fan, former radio guy, cat and dog dad, and I am the rock blocker of the Ragin' Climax. I am Troy. And those references will make a lot more sense when you listen to the upcoming review that Greg and I do of WrestleMania 15. We're going all the way back to 1999. For some reason, this show lives on fondly in the hearts and minds of a lot of wrestling fans, I guess. I did not know that until a few years ago, where if I posted any content or anything at all about this show, it did really well. To me, WrestleMania 14 was much better than this show. Not that WrestleMania 14 was the greatest WrestleMania of all time or anything, but I thought it was a good show. And, WrestleMania 16 was the infamous WrestleMania 2000, which was not good. Believe me, not good. But this one, WrestleMania 15, man, it literally had one highlight in the whole show, and it was Rock and Austin 1. And that wasn't even that good. If you compared it to their match 2 years later at WrestleMania X7, or even their match 4 years later at WrestleMania 19, this was the worst of the trilogy. That's pretty much undeniable to all wrestling fans that have watched all three in the trilogy. But either way, it was an interesting show, to say the least. The buy rate for this one was about 800,000 in North America. That's the only stat I really have for it. The attendance was 20,276 at the First Union Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thinking about that for a WrestleMania in today's terms is pretty crazy, even though going into WrestleMania 42, there's a little bit of a issue with, ticket sales and whatever, allegedly. But either way, with recent memory and recent history, the thought of only 20,000 people attending this show is crazy. But this was back when they used to do it in like regular arenas that basketball took place in, not in like football stadiums like today's times, because this year they're going to be in Las Vegas, where the Raiders play. Greg would be all over that one in Las Vegas. But this one was where the 76ers play in Philadelphia. It took place March 28th, 1999. It was actually an earlier WrestleMania than usual, because usually it takes place in April. But it was one of the earlier shows. The show before this, if you guys want to go take a look at its St. Valentine's Day Massacre in your house, back when they were still doing in your house events. We actually reviewed that on episode 36. If you want to go back and check that out in the archives before you listen to this show here, that one was pretty popular as well as far as like podcast listens when we originally posted it. A lot of people liked that one. Again, that show was true, man. 1999 was a big year in wrestling, but not because it had awesome matches. It was a big year just in terms of like sales, and the Attitude Era was really popping. WCW was on a very quick downturn. WWE was about to pull away and never look back. It was nuts. This was a crazy time in professional wrestling, I'll say that. WCW was still watchable until the fall of 1999, and then it really takes a nosedive. But either way, this is historic for a lot of reasons, which we will talk about on the show. But I'm going to shut up now and get to the actual review from Greg and I. WrestleMania 15, the unofficial tagline for it. They never actually said it during the show.
Oh, yeah. Say it.
We got to do it.
Say it, damn it, say it.
It was never actually said on the show, but it was on the cover of the for all of you old enough to remember this, cassette tape, or they actually had DVDs at this point, so on the cover of the DVD, and on the poster, it was The Ragin' Climax.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's not Russo-esque at all.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not. Took place March 28th, 1999. It was in the First Union Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So all the ECW marks were in the crowd for this. I saw a Hawaiian shirt guy in the crowd. Like, he was front and center, bro.
That guy's got bank, man.
I know. He went everywhere. Well, I mean, not for the ECW shows. That cost like what?
What are you talking about? That's at least $12.
That's at least a clean pair of socks. All right. I'm gonna get a letter. Anyway, the attendance.
Well, if he listens.
Yeah, the attendance 20,276. Not terrible. This event marks. Starting off on a low note here, this marks the final WWF appearance of Gorilla Monsoon, who is shown in the crowd, who would pass away in October of that year. Ticket sales as I said, 20,276 drew a gross of 1,437,050. There you go. Decent little chunk of change. The event, by the way, was marked with I believe this was the one and only Rage Party that preceded the event, playing on...
If you don't know what that is, watch the event and they'll mention it 7,000 times.
Yeah, like it was great. Playing on the tagline of the event. It was much like Fan Access that would come in later years, but much worse. It was essentially a giant, very long concert with just like random run-ins of wrestlers and whatnot. It looked awful and crowded.
You say this more proud.
I'll say this. They showed like a wide shot of the whole venue and everything. I've been in some sleazy concert venues that looked much better than this one. By the way, it included music from Big Pun. Throw him into your Google machine. He's gigantic, or was. I don't know if he's still with us. If he's not, rest in peace. But I don't know. I'm just covering my bases here. And Isaac Hayes, who is no longer with us. Rest in peace. And guess what song Isaac Hayes performed, Greg?
Oh, God.
Chocolate Salty Balls.
Because why not?
Well, yeah.
Throw that in your Google machine, too.
Yep. It was a song for...
It's probably the only song he's never written that he ever sang.
Oh, yeah. For those of you that don't know, he played the character Chef on South Park, and that was a song that he did on the show. So, and it was
a real name.
It was...
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Chocolate Salty Balls. On the show, by the way, I mean, obviously it was sexual innuendo, but it referred to... He made something for a baked goods sale, whatever, and he called them Chocolate Salty Balls. So there you go. Not much thinking done with that one. Now here we go to the pre-show. During the Sunday Night Heat pre-show, Jacqueline pinned Ivory after a back suplex. After the match, Terry Reynolds burned her cigar into Ivory's cheek, which, by the way, I didn't pay any attention to the pre-show, and if they mentioned it on commentary, I missed it, because I was like, why does Ivory have a giant bandage on her face, like when she came out at WrestleMania? Now I know. The second Heat match saw a 21-man Battle Royal match. That's an odd number. With the last two competitors becoming a tag team for the evening to face the tag team championship holders. In the event, D'Lo Brown and Test were the last two, still fighting without realizing that the match was over, when Draws and the Godfather eliminated each other. This was a Russo special. Feuding tag team partners, pal. They gotta hate each other.
Bro.
Why was that just like a thing with him? Whoa, bro, they're a tag team. They've gotta hate each other, bro. They can't get along. They're supposed to be on the same team. That don't make sense. I just want to slap him so hard. He did this in TNA, too. Wrestling Observer made a joke out of it after a while. Do you remember that? Like, there were a ton of feuding tag teams in TNA.
I do.
That was a thing with, like, that was a big feud with Matt Morgan and Hernandez, I specifically remember. And it didn't help either one of them, I don't think. It led to one of the worst first blood matches I've ever seen. Do you happen to remember that?
No.
Matt Morgan.
Sounds like I'm glad I don't. But.
I'm sorry. Hernandez was the heel at the time. And he pulled out a squirt bottle. He came out of a Mexican box. I'm getting a tweet. But he pulled out a squirt bottle with liquid inside that looked like blood, and he squirted it all over Matt Morgan's chest, and the ref saw it, and went, "Oh, you're bleeding. Match over."
Yeah, because that counts.
Yep. Even though Matt Morgan wiped it off, it was like, dude, I'm not like cut at all. And he was like, doesn't matter. You got blood on you. Match done. Gotta love Russo, man. All right. Anyway, that's that with the lead up. It's time to dive right into the raging climax of WrestleMania 15.
Can't hear that enough.
Nope. That's just
Real name, folks, by the way. Not making this up.
just very inappropriate.
Why would we make it up? We're wasting everyone's time if we did.
Yeah, I just how much you want to bet that like Vince McMahon didn't get it and like Russo just kind of snuck it past him and to the mark. He probably told the marketing department, and Vince McMahon was like, "Sounds good, pal." All right, well, your commentators for the evening are, and this gave me like just like the fear chills right off the bat, Michael Cole and Jerry the Lawler. My gosh, the show officially begins with Boys to Men singing America the Beautiful in the ring before the opening video. I wasn't expecting that one. I don't know. I don't know who I was expecting.
Really? Yeah. Good. Yeah. Who would have saw that coming?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know who sang America the Beautiful there. I don't know any of them. Unless I've seen it before. I've actually never seen WrestleMania 15 in its entirety. So this was a first for me.
You're glad you are now.
Oh yeah. Let's get into this first one, man. It was for the WWF Hardcore Championship. Who remembers that? It was a triple threat. We get Al Snow, Hardcore Holly, Sparky Plug, and the defending champ, Badass Billy Gunn. This was something.
That's a rogues gallery of who's who right there, man. Main event anywhere in the country.
Well, you're damn right. You can't dismiss these three like surefire first ballot Hall of Famers right there. Actually, Billy is going to be a Hall of Famer. Now that I think about it. Damn. Either way.
You know who else was in the match?
Al Snow and Sparky Plug.
That's Hall of Fame right there, dude. That's like a whole class.
No. I just...
Plus head. That's 4.
Oh, my God. Shut up. I want to smack you right now. This was during the weird time, by the way, where it's like Billy Gunn and Road Dogg almost like switched spots. Or, you know what I mean? I
do. There was actually a thing on Raw when they both won those titles that they teased swapping them.
They should have. Like, it was weird. I don't know. I mean, Road Dogg did okay in his role, but I felt like he was better in these kind of situations, whereas Billy's more of like a, I felt he was better as without the weapons. Either way, it was a fun little hardcore match. It actually wasn't terrible. The match ends with Al Snow setting up a table in the corner, goes to whip Hardcore Holly into it. By the way, Holly didn't have like custom shorts at this point. They were just like plain, boring black trunks. Hey, plain.
He was just Bob Holly, right, at the moment?
No, he was hardcore. Yeah, he was hardcore. He's hardcore. Think about that, plain and boring, just like him. I'm kidding. Or
no, you're not. Anyway,
yeah, no, I'm not. But either way, double reversal.
How do you like him now?
Shut up, God. Double reversal sends Al Snow into the corner with the table, or without the table, excuse me. Billy Gunn comes back and delivers chair shots to both men, fires Snow through the table. Gunn delivers the Fame-asser onto a chair to Snow, but Holly attacks with a chair to Gunn. He covers Snow and from there and regains the hardcore title at 7 minutes, 3 seconds. Uncle Dave gave this 1 1/4 star. I don't know, maybe 1.5, but I'm like splitting hairs here. It wasn't fantastic. I don't know about you. When I go back and watch these events, especially matches like this, like while fun, sort of, watching a bunch of unprotected chair shots to the head where they're just like blasting each other, kind of cringeworthy. Am I right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's hard to watch. Either way, a recap is shown of D'Lo Brown and Test winning the Battle Royal on Heat to earn them a tag team title shot. Another Vince Russo staple, tag team partners who don't get along, as we mentioned earlier. It is now time for D'Lo Brown and Test, accompanied to the ring by Ivory. They are taking it. I'll tell you what, man. Ivory was all kinds of roll tide here. She was
roll tide on that.
But the best is yet to come. They took on the tag team champions of Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart. They were accompanied to the ring by Deborah and she was wearing...
And her clothes.
Yeah, she was wearing white lingerie, should I say? Or, well, it was more like, I don't know, a bikini? I don't even know. But it was skimpy.
Bro, she's going to go out there half naked, and the teenage kids are going to get boners, bro.
Oh, my God. I will say, while I didn't, dislike this, it bared no meaning. Like, it was just like, oh, she's scantily clad for absolutely no reason. Okay. But I will say, man, this bikini, it was on time. But the funniest thing was as she's coming to the ring and, King is losing his mind, just touching himself behind the announce table. And
oh, my God.
He is. And the crowd's like losing their minds. Ivory is at ringside, and you can hear her, like, she throws her hands up and she mouths, "She's fake." And then she gives a high five to some dude in the front row. This was great. I popped for that. The end of the match sees D'Lo delivering drop kicks to both Owen and Jeff, and then a lowdown to Jeff Jarrett. Owen makes the save. PMS, which is Terry Runnels and Jacqueline.
Real name?
Yeah. Now, it stood for Pretty Mean Sisters. That's what it stood for. All right. So let's just clear that up right now. All right, get your damn head out of the gutter.
I could say the same for Vince Russo. But...
bro, white cotton panties, bro. Can you imagine it?
Bro, it's a play on menstrual, bro.
Oh, my God. Either way, they were Terry Runnels and Jacqueline. They come in, no meat yet, or was meat already a thing and they got rid of him?
No, he's on his way.
Oh, yeah.
That epicness is...
For those of you that don't know, they had
so much innuendo. We're going to leave that alone.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Meat was Sean Stasiak. It was like how was he to that? Like, just like a manservant type? I don't know.
Pretty much.
Sex slave. He wore tighty whities all the time.
He was all that, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that to roll this along. He literally was all that.
Yeah.
And a bag of chips.
My God. Yeah, and he wore tighty whities all the freaking time, and he sucked. But anyway.
God, more innuendo. Just move on, please.
Shut up.
Trying to resist.
Second generation wrestler, and he was awful. Just goes to show, well, he's in that same boat with, like, David Flair. But anyway, PMS, Terry...
Hey.
What?
Nothing.
Terry Runnels and Jacqueline run down to the ring and get in the face of Ivory, distracting the ref. D'Lo Brown goes for a powerbomb again, but Owen comes off the top rope with a missile drop kick to his back, flips over. It allows Jarrett to, or no, it's to his front. I'm sorry. It allows Jarrett to get a jackknife roll up for the win, allowing the champs to retain at 3 minutes 58 seconds, so just shy of 4 minutes. Afterwards, obviously, D'Lo and Test brawl. So yay. This, by the way, was not the last time we will see Test from throughout the night. Hooray. I mean, not to speak ill of the dead, but it's like, man, you want to get them ratings up. More Test.
Oh, man.
Uncle Dave.
That's like 3 letters you're getting already.
No, I know. I'm punching that card, man. Uncle Dave rated this 1 1/4 star. This was way worse. Well, it was...
Is that his new favorite number for this? 1 1/4?
I guess. It was serviceable. I'll tell you this, a pattern you guys are going to see through the night, tons of very short matches. They were very much into quantity over quality at this point, and it showed. A hype package is shown for the amazingly epic Brawl for All match. Dude, they hyped the hell out of Bart Gunn. I mean, just like
all right.
Put him over like
again,
gangbusters.
Not to speak ill of the dead again, but like that was the thing. He beat Dr. Death. Like that was the guy who was supposed to win it all. So, oh my God, he may be legitimately the toughest man on the planet. I'm like, is he?
Dude, the only reason he won is because Doc like tore something in his leg, and as he was falling, Bart clocked him and knocked his ass out.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah, but like he won though. I'm not gonna take that away from him.
Well, yeah,
but then they act like he's like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I know.
And then this happens. I don't want to jump ahead though.
Yep. It was a Brawl for All match. Butterbean versus Bart the Hammer Gunn. They were calling him at this point. Butterbean, for those of you that...
The machine, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I should have. Like, they missed a hard, like, it was in their face. How did they miss that? But either way, they could have called him El Barto. That would have been hilarious. For those of you that don't know who Butterbean is, imagine a shorter King Kong Bundy in Apollo Creed's boxing trunks. So there you go. He was a big, fat guy who...
Huge!
He was big, pasty white, huge, bald. He was actually in Celebrity Championship Wrestling, the one and only season. So there you go. He was a novelty boxer because nobody took him seriously, even though he was nobody took him seriously because he was a big fat guy, but he was a good boxer for, his size. Let's get into it. Bart Gunn won the Brawl for All tournament, which was an ill-fated shoot, bro, fighting tournament set up by the WWF in 1998. It sucked, I'll say that. They basically took a break from saying, hey, all this other stuff you're seeing tonight on Raw, it's bullcrap. It's all fake, but this is real. All right? Everything else is fake.
This is real.
Yeah. And as we said, the final round is Bart Gunn versus Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Bart knocked his ass out. So there's that. And instead of taking that and going, wow, that was different, we could build a star with Bart Gunn. Nope, let's feed him to Butterbean at WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, some still argue it was punishment.
Yeah, how dare you be better than everybody else, you son of a... You were supposed to lose. Either way, that led to this infamous fight. The rules of the match are 3 one-minute rounds, so that's weird. Knockdowns are worth 10 points. Takedowns are worth 5 points. Yes, it's like a mixture of boxing and MMA. And most punches landed get 5 points as well. For boxing champion, the Pazmanian Devil, Vinny Pazienza, never heard of him, serves as a guest referee. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I've heard of him. He's an old school fighter. He's really good, and he was back in his day.
Yeah, I mean, I figured he was a big name in that area, because, I mean, otherwise, why the hell would he, be on this card?
I guess Sylvester Stallone's busy.
Yeah, let's get the fake boxer to come out. Bart gets staggered right off the bat and knocked down. He gets to his feet, though, and proceeds to get knocked the F out in just 36 seconds. You could, hear all potential just going right out the window at this point. This would pretty much be the last time that Brawl for All was ever mentioned in WWF/E. I guess Bruce Pritchard talked about this. He said, Butterbean was, willing to play along, and he's like, so, how long should I keep this going? Should, we take it? And they were like, no, this is real. And he's like, well, you don't want me to kind of, toy with him for a bit, kind of keep it interesting, let him get... And they were like, no, really fight him. He's like, all right. And he knocked him the hell out. 36 seconds. There you go. After the match, the famous Chicken runs down and gets knocked out by Pazienza. Just what the hell? Why? And I said this before.
Because it'd be funny, bro.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he's going to beat the Chicken, bro.
Well, it would have been funnier is if he would have choked him. That's right up Russo's alley, so you can't say I'm, taking a big stretch here. For all of you out there, by the way, this is not the last time you will see the effing Chicken tonight. Keep that in mind. Kevin Kelly is in the back.
You've already said that about one person, and you're going to say that again about another person coming up.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's never it hasn't been anybody good that I've said that about either. God. But Kevin Kelly...
Test and the Chicken. Come on, dude.
Yeah. Kevin Kelly's in the back and interviews Mankind about fulfilling his dream of competing in the WrestleMania main event as a referee. So, yeah. Next up, we've got this first screwed finish of the night, but I'm jumping ahead. The Big Show versus Mankind. By the way, The Big Show had debuted 1 month before this at St. Valentine's Day Massacre. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up, or don't. I'd say don't, but whatever. It was The Big Show versus Mankind. Big Show came out to No Chance in Hell at this event, which was weird, but he was like Vince McMahon's henchman. The winner of this goes on to referee the main event. Halfway through the match, Mankind pulls out Mr. Sacco and delivers a mandible claw to Show. A right hand breaks that, but Show walks right back into it. Show starts to fade, and Mankind hops up onto his back for added leverage. This was the spot of the match. Show jumps up, kicks his legs out, and lands right on top of Mankind, just squishing that mother effer. And then Show kicks Mankind in the ribs, pushes him to the floor, follows him outside, grabs a chair, cracks him over the back with it, grabs another chair, slides it in the ring. Show rolls Mankind in. He sets up the chairs like almost like a table, like facing each other. Then he picks up Mankind and chokeslams him through the chairs. And that, not the earlier chair shots, but that leads to a disqualification. 6 minutes, 51 seconds. Why?
Why not?
Like, this just made him look like a complete idiot. Like, what? Like, why? Just, like, what the hell? Made no sense. And then Vince McMahon comes out after the match, gets in Big Show's face. Show has heard enough, and he goes to chokeslam him, but he thinks better of it. He puts him down. Vince continues to berate him, and he smacks him, says, "I'm Vince McMahon, damn it," and smacks him. Then Show knocks him out with a right hand. Uncle Dave gave this three-fourths of a star. I think he overrated it, but whatever. I mean, for what it was okay, but the ending was just so stupid. I don't even know what to say. The Big Show debuts the month before to help McMahon. He ended up costing him the match at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, but he tried to help him. He's been his henchman for a month. Now they split, and he's a babyface?
Yeah, swerve, bro.
Yeah, another swerve. We told you. We warned you all, so don't tell us we didn't warn you. Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe, the Stooges, assist Mr. McMahon to the back as he demands that the police be called to arrest Big Show for assault. Pepper your ass for assault.
Good grief.
I wanted to get that in there.
Who the hell is going to say that to the Big Show in prison?
I don't know. He'd probably be saying that to most people. Next up, another multi-person match. There was a few of them. WWF Intercontinental title on the line, and it wasn't a fatal four-way, I don't think, or was it? I don't know. Either way, it was a four-way match. It was Road Dogg Jesse James defending the IC title against Val Venus and Ken Shamrock and Goldust with the Blue Meanie and Ryan Shamrock, who looked all but 18 years old. She was, for those of you that don't know, the kayfabe little sister of Ken Shamrock because, gotta have Jerry Springer, bro.
I think they would end up dating later, too. I got a little more weird, probably.
Oh, man. Howard Stern, bro. Which, that's not the first time I'm going to mention that on this podcast. But anyway, Road Dogg had won the Intercontinental title from Val Venus 2 weeks back on Raw. Everyone was fighting over Shamrock's sister, Ryan, with the exception of the champion, because Val wanted her for sexual reasons. Goldust wanted her for whatever weird stuff he likes to do, and Ken Shamrock wanted to protect her, so it was weird. And then there's Road Dogg, who didn't give a damn. Either way, in the end, Ken Shamrock charges at Val Venus and gets backdropped to the floor. Val comes outside with a baseball slide and chases Shamrock down the aisle. Shamrock realizes a count too late and gets counted out along with Val at 8 minutes, 23 seconds. So it's now a one-on-one. So there's that. Shamrock snaps, runs back in, and belly-to-belly suplexes both guys that are left. Goldust makes the cover, but only gets a 2 count. Goldust hits the ropes, but Ryan accidentally grabs his feet, thinking it was the Road Dogg. Goldust goes for a power slam, but James rolls through with a small package, which gets the 3 count at 9 minutes, 48 seconds. Afterwards, Goldust berates Ryan Shamrock and tells her to hit the bricks, and she runs away fake crying. I don't know. The Blue Meanie was like fresh off of Blue Dust at this point, by the way.
Another winning gimmick.
Well, hell yeah. He's right up Russo's alley, man. By the way, Uncle Dave gave 1.5 stars. I don't disagree. We now see the Big Show being arrested by Philadelphia police. However, he is being loaded into an unmarked maroon sedan. so they could afford the uniforms for the guys, but they couldn't afford the car. What the hell? We then see a video recap of the events leading to Triple H versus Kane. Kane tries to shoot a fireball at, I believe, The Rock, who ducks, and it accidentally hits Chyna in the face. He then picks her up and carries her away, showing sympathy. Weeks later, Triple H dresses up as Goldust and shoots a fire cannon into Kane's face. So, we're gonna burn him alive, bro. Go on forever.
Burn his face, bro.
I like how
melt it off.
I like how
spit on the ashes, bro.
What the hell? I like how Michael Cole pointed out, by the way, Kane only suffered superficial burns on the skin of the face. I'm like, how do you know? He's wearing a mask. Yeah, well, he's wearing a mask. How does anybody know? Supposedly, nobody's seen his face. Whatever. This is dumb. Before the match, the famous chicken, told ya, he attacks Kane in the aisle. Kane rips the mask off to reveal that it's Pete Rose, looking for revenge from last year. He again eats a tombstone. Why? The WWE
because this is like the only thing he can do to get famous, to be in the limelight still.
Yeah, well,
I guess
WWE's Hall of Fame is the only one he's ever going to see the inside of, at least as an inductee, without buying a ticket. God. Anyway, that hits hard for some people here in Cincinnati, by the way. Triple H comes through the crowd and attacks with a low blow to start the match. Oh yeah, so starting off hot. Towards the end, Triple H goes for a pedigree on the steps outside, but Kane counters with a backdrop. Kane sends Triple H back inside and hits a choke slam. Chyna gets on the apron with a chair and asks Kane to let her finish him off. And for some reason, he's like, sure, get me disqualified. So, Chyna, swerve, bro, clocks Kane with the chair, drawing the DQ at 11 minutes, 30 seconds. So, she turned on Kane, swerve, she's back with Hunter, and she cost Hunter the match.
Double swerve right there.
Whatever. Kane hangs his head, realizing that Chyna has betrayed him, and then Triple H attacks from behind with the chair. This was the one that really got me. He blasted Kane on the crown of the head with that chair. The back of it, he bends it over Kane's head. It was hard to watch. He then delivers a pedigree onto the chair, and Triple H and Chyna embrace. EA. Another swerve and another screwed finish. 1 1/4 star from Uncle Dave. I will say this, especially in that outfit and everything, that was probably the best Chyna's ever looked. I'll leave it at that. Moving on, we got Kevin Kelly in the back talking to Mr. McMahon, who says that he'll be the special guest referee if Mankind, who's been taken to at this time they were still saying hospital, is unable to referee. God, we have to talk about it, Greg. This next match for the women's title. Oh my gosh.
WrestleMania 16, the cat fight was worse, so just think about that.
Which one was that?
I think it was Terry and the cat.
Did you and I review that one?
I don't remember. It was literally a cat fight. And that, people say that was the worst match in WrestleMania history.
Yeah.
This one may give it a run for its money.
It does. Just to set the stage, Uncle Dave rated it -2 stars. And I think he was being generous. Sable is defending her women's title against Tori. Not Tori Wilson, Tori. She was Terry Power in the Indies, and now she's Tori for whatever reason. Sable, fresh off of her first Playboy shoot, had recently turned heel with a better than everyone gimmick. That's when she started that line, "This is for all the women who want to be me and all the men who come to see me." Started doing that weird hip gyration thing, which I didn't mind, but, whatever. Tori was the first in a long line of women who were introduced with a stalker gimmick. Keep in mind, she was a stalker, which is, creepy and against the law, but she was the baby face here. Think about that. I don't get it. Like earlier, Triple H is supposed to be the baby face. The crowd blew when Chyna turned on Kane. What the hell? The 90s were weird, man. The late 90s, I should say. The Attitude Era just made no sense. Either way, this match absolutely sucks all kinds of ass. They brawl, I'm using that term loosely, all over the ring and ringside area, which was a staple of this entire event. In the end, Tori comes off the ropes and goes for a crossbody, which misses Sable and takes out the referee because we got to get a ref bump in there. Tori botches her counter of the Sable bomb, just lands straight on her ass and punches Sable in the gut. But she sets up for a Sable bomb of her own, and Nicole Bass comes to the ring, making her debut. I'm not going to say anything bad about her because she's no longer with us, but look her up. Throw her into your Google machine. She's massive, and I don't mean fat. I mean, like, she made the Ultimate Warrior look anorexic, all right? She was a big woman. She makes her debut. She comes into the ring, and Jerry Lawler starts shouting, "That's Nicole Bass from Howard Stern!" Like, yeah, we all know that, guess. Bass,
who doesn't watch that?
I go out of my way to not know anything about Howard Stern. But that was Russo's fave. So Bass gives Tori a press slam after attacking from behind. Sable Bomb finishes things at the 4-minute, 25-second mark. God, this sucked so bad. Just bags and bags of ass. We then go to Kevin Kelly again, who's interviewing the newly reunited D-Generation X. Keep that in mind. Even though X-Pac is in the center of everybody and about to wrestle next, he doesn't say a damn word. He just stands there looking about as tough as X-Pac can look.
What's that saying?
Yeah, that's why I said about as tough as he can look. This next match, for the European Championship, it's, oddly enough, the defending Shane McMahon with, I told you look out for him, with Test in his corner. He's taking on X-Pac. You ever hear why Test somewhat got buried?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I guess Russo saw him and was like, well, he's just as big as Kevin Nash. We just put him in DX. He'll be like, he'll be bigger than Kevin Nash. And I guess the Clique did not like that. So, yeah. Plus the fact that he was super green. Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe jump X-Pac in the aisle because why the F not? But it backfires and X-Pac moves. Patterson decks Briscoe. X-Pac chases Shane around the ring and back into the ring to start the damn match, finally connecting with a spinning heel kick. God dang. This match, man, just... The Mean Street Posse gets involved on Shane's behalf at one point. Yeah, Rodney, Pete Gas, and the rest. Pete Gas, man, that name. Test also gets involved multiple times. In the end, Test comes in again, but gets a spinning heel kick and a Bronco Buster for his troubles. Triple H then comes out, and Chyna distracts the referee. X-Pac hits an X-Factor on Shane and looks to finish, but there's no ref. Triple H slides in and hits a pedigree on X-Pac to complete his heel turn. Swerve, bro!
That's number 5.
Yeah, they reunite and break up all in one night. Woohoo! Triple H puts Shane on top of X-Pac, and the referee finally turns around to deliver the 3 count, allowing Shane to retain at 8 minutes, 40 seconds. So think about that. Shane McMahon, his WrestleMania record is unblemished at this point. After the match, the New Age Outlaws rushed down, and Billy was running so fast when he slid in wearing track pants, he nearly slid all the way out to the other side. Like, go back and watch it.
Titus O'Neil will be proud.
It was hilarious. I'm like, holy hell, how fast was he running? Triple H, Chyna, and Test beat the hell out of DX, but of all people, Kane makes a save. Golly, decent match, but yet another effing swerve, and it was incredibly overbooked and complicated. You had this, and we'll eventually get the game out of all of this, so, there's something. For what it's worth, this is the second best match of the night. Uncle Dave gave it 2 3/4 stars, so for what that's worth. We had
a couple of bucks and a candy bar.
I guess. Like, not non-competitors in this match. We had both Stooges, Test, Triple H, Chyna. God, and that's not including the run-ins at the very end. Bad. Not good. Not good at all. But now
Fake news.
Speaking of not good at all, a recap is shown of the events leading to Big Boss Man and The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. This includes the infamous Undertaker burning Vince McMahon's teddy bear.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he literally brought him to his knees and he was crying too.
Yep. My God, this was bad. Hell in a Cell match, everybody. It was Big Boss Man versus The Undertaker with Paul Bearer. The best part of this whole thing, by the way, is anytime The Undertaker gets the upper hand, Paul Bearer has like an orgasm outside of the cell. He just, oh, yes! And just like makes weird faces. I'm like, God dang, dude. This was during the Ministry Corporation feud, which was basically heel versus heel. Although, really, Mr. McMahon was booked as a sympathetic figure. He was in like 3 feuds at once here. It was weird. Of course, it all ended with Mr. McMahon being behind everything as the higher power. It was me all along, Austin. Bruce Pritchard...
Yeah, everyone knew that.
Well, Bruce Pritchard confirmed that it was actually supposed to be the fallen angel Christopher Daniels initially, but Vince saw a picture of him and went, he's way too small. Screw him. I'm doing it. So, one of the best wrestlers never to be signed to WWE, but nah, screw him. He's tiny.
Well, Rey Mysterio got in.
Yeah, way, way later. This was just, it's sad. At one point...
Hornswoggle got in.
God, just shut up. At one point, Boss Man grabs a pair of handcuffs, and he uses them to cuff Taker to the cell. He then takes his nightstick and hammers away at Taker. Taker falls, and the cuffs break instantly, rendering the entire spot pointless. Taker gets color. Hell of a time to do so. In the end, Undertaker goes for the tombstone, but Boss Man slides down his back. Taker ducks a clothesline out of the corner, and again goes for the tombstone. This time it connects, and Undertaker picks up the victory, 9 minutes, 47 seconds. But that's not all. After the match, the craziness continues as the Brood rappels from the top of the arena, rips open the cell roof, drops a noose into the cell. Undertaker slides that noose around Boss Man's neck, and Paul Bearer hits the button to raise the cell, and they hang Boss Man from the top of the arena. All the while,
he's flopping around like a fish, too.
All the while, Michael Cole is shouting, is it symbolic? Is this symbolic? Is he hanging the corporation in effigy? Is it a symbol king? It's symbolic. Whole effing time. Uncle Dave's rating, dud. Sucked.
It's Hell in a Cell, too.
Worst cell match. So they literally killed a man on pay-per-view here. And, you know...
Bro, we're going to kill him. He's gone forever, bro.
Well, you know, they literally killed a man on pay-per-view, and you know who the real loser was here, Greg?
All of us.
Exactly. Because we had to watch this crap. This was bad. Like...
Bad.
Did the Big Boss Man really have another big WrestleMania moment?
I don't think so.
That's sad. And even if he did, this, above all else, is what everybody remembers.
I think he's in the Hardcore Battle Royal next year, I think.
Oh, yeah, the great WrestleMania 2000. For as bad as this show, was, and it didn't all suck, but, I mean, there was a lot of blah. It just didn't feel like, because today it's such a huge spectacle, and when you look back at, this, it's like, meh, it was a big show, and this is just, I don't know. Show's not good, either way. Up next after this, highlights are shown from the WrestleMania Rage Party. Oh, goody.
Can't get enough of that.
Oh, hell yeah. And now Michael Cole, who looks like he's going through puberty as we speak, now introduces Jim Ross, who will serve as the play-by-play man for the main event, Thank God. By the way, I think JR had one tuxedo vest. It was the ugliest thing I've ever seen, and he wore it all the time. Because what he came out wearing at this show, swear to God, I saw him wearing that throughout all of 95. And it was the ugliest damn 90s-centric Nickelodeon-looking vest I've ever seen. But for those of you wondering why he wasn't on this show, it's because he didn't really have the energy at this time. I think Bruce Pritchard was talking about this was the time he had a second bout with Bell's palsy and his mother died, all at the same time. So
I think he had that because his mom died, actually.
Yeah, I guess the stress made it worse, and he woke up the next day and he had more complications. Not a good time for JR. He was in Michael Cole's ear in the back, but he didn't have the strength to sit out there and do on cameras and stuff like that all night. So it is what it is. But at least we get him for the main event here. How do you feel as Michael Cole, though, when it's like, good job, kid, now get your ass to the back. We need the professionals out here for the main event.
Well, Clearly, they were grooming him for later, so.
Yeah. Well, he got replaced a couple more times, even when he was a veteran. So, obviously, they recognize that somebody from the past is much better than you are now. But we're here, man. It's the main event for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. The defending champion, The Rock, the corporate champion. He's up against Stone Cold Steve Austin. The beginning of this match.
Oh, first, before we start, I got to point out, I like how he came out in his shirt because he forgot his vest in Texas.
Oh, we're getting to that, yeah. Well, the pre-match stuff here goes on for a little while. I was like, so is the match starting or is it not starting? Mr. McMahon comes out to be the special guest referee since Mankind is in the hospital. They were not saying medical facility at the time. And he was unable to serve in that capacity, which earlier in the night, McMahon said, I've got a ref uniform in my bag. And yet he comes out here in a sweatshirt. Weird. So it's like, so did you
Maybe
not?
You forgot it in Texas?
Yeah, it's like, did you not have the, like, okay, whatever. Commissioner Shawn Michaels, with his Dutch boy haircut, comes out with Mike Chioda, however, and overrules the decision as the only person who apparently can name a special guest referee is the commissioner.
Yeah, not the owner or anything.
Yeah, I like how the commissioner, who is under the owner, he can overrule the owner of the whole company. This storyline was dumb. Shawn also announces that the corporation is barred from ringside. Everybody except McMahon. I believe his exact words were, if I see any of their narrow asses out here.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, you've been studying their never mind. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, no, not at all.
As you alluded to, Austin wears a t-shirt to the ring because he tells a story that he left his vest at home by accident. He opened his bag that day and went, son of a... The Rock has his old, slow, do you smell what The Rock is cooking theme song that he used to have. They brawl all over the place, up to the stage, through the crowd, all over ringside. They use water, cables, chairs. I said cables, not
Sounds
cables.
like a terrible ECW match.
Oh, yeah. This was chairs. They put each other through the announce table. They use the safety railings, etc., etc. This was something. I quickly remembered why this was the forgotten match of their trilogy, even though it was the first.
Bro, we're not fighting in the ring, bro. We're going to fight everywhere else.
Chioda gets bumped because got to get a ref bump in there. It's like the fourth or fifth of the entire event. Earl Hebner now takes over. Mr. McMahon slides in the ring and knocks Hebner out. What was to stop him from doing that right out the bat? Or right out the gate? Like, was he afraid of Mike Chioda?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty buff.
Yeah, well, Chioda was the one allegedly taking steroids there for a while, so there's that. McMahon and Rock stomp Austin in the corner, but Mankind returns. He's back from the hospital. He comes out and he sends McMahon to the floor. The match continues, and in the end, The Rock nails the rock bottom before going for the corporate elbow, but misses. Austin goes for the stunner, but Rock blocks it. Rock goes for the rock bottom again, but Austin blocks that and finally delivers a stunner, which finishes things, and Austin regains the world title for a third time at 16 minutes and 53 seconds. Before we get to the post-match thing here, I just got to ask, why was Mankind able to come out and was like, I'm the ref now? Me.
Because reasons.
I realize they can use the thing, oh, well, he was supposed to be the referee because he won the match earlier in the night, and that was a stip. Yeah, but he was taken out of that, and the commissioner, Shawn Michaels, made Mike Chioda the ref. But then Earl Hebner comes out there because I guess we assume that Shawn Michaels in the back was like, come on, yeah, just head on out there. But then he gets bumped, and I guess Vince took over, even though he couldn't really, but he did. And then Mankind comes out, and he's like...
he can't really take over. He's just the owner. He has no say.
Yeah, but But the commissioner, Greg, the commissioner is the only one with the power, damn it. He has the ref power. Which makes zero sense, but it happened. Sort of, kind of, whatever. But then Mankind goes out there. Are we to believe maybe Shawn Michaels is just back there sending in refs out there? I don't know. I'm confused. In the end, McMahon eats a stunner after the match for good measure, And then Austin celebrates with a few Steve Weisers. He even has a beer bash with Earl Hebner, who hops on the second rope and toasts just like Austin.
Second time in like 3 months he did that.
Yeah.
Also had a Buried Alive.
Lord. Why? Because
it's Earl. Screw you.
Yeah, Earl must pose. Damn it.
Earl must drink beer. Damn it.
Exactly. Oh, a guy named Earl drinking beer. Oh, color me surprised.
Don't forget about the Ponzi scheme he had with the shirts.
Oh,
too. Yeah.
God. Yeah. I screwed Brett.
You're damn right I did.
Uncle Dave rated this 3.5 stars. I think he was fairly generous. I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you think of this thing?
I thought it was a fun brawl, and that's what it was.
Yeah, this was not a main event of WrestleMania, in my opinion. And this was certainly...
I think they were going for a classic. I think they're going for a moment at the end.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This nowhere near lives up to their next two. Not even kind of. At least not in my opinion. Like, am I wrong?
No. I think it's been unanimously agreed by everybody that this is the third of them all.
Yeah, nobody talks about it for good reason. I don't know. Well, that's that for the event. And I think it's time that we dive into some of the reception from the event, Greg. We'll give our opinions here at the end, but even though we've given them periodically through the actual event. This event was met with mixed critical response. Canadian Online Explorers Professional Wrestling Section, whatever that is, gave the entire event a 5 out of 10 stars. The main event between The Rock...
Why does it go up to 10 stars? That's a really weird system.
I don't know. Well, they do with video games, so I don't know. Maybe they're going on the video game system. The main event between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF Championship was rated an 8 out of 10. What match were they watching? Like, I don't know. The Hell in a Cell match between Taker and Big Show got a 5 out of 10. That's about right. The match between Shane and X-Pac got 7 out of 10. Seems about right. Sable and Tori got 1 out of 10. Wow, got a whole star. How about that?
Only for looks.
Basically. The Four Corners Elimination Intercontinental Championship match got 5 out of 10 stars. And the Mankind Big Show match got 4 out of 10. Yeah, I don't totally disagree. In 2009, 411 Mania, to which I got most of this the match rundown from, they wrote this. Like most Attitude Era shows, this one doesn't hold up very well 10 years later. Austin Rock is gold, but the rest of the show is like one really long episode of Raw leading up to the main event. Oddly enough, it wasn't until business went down that WrestleMania quality went way up. They rated it a 5.5 out of 10. Do you agree, disagree with any of that?
No, I mean, you might call it like a 4. I just thought it was bad, but...
Yeah. Well, you and I talked about... I thought WrestleMania 13 was good. I thought it was fairly good. WrestleMania 14, you and I talked about was pretty great. 15 and 16, man, was like the dark WrestleManias.
Yeah.
Sure.
And 16, Russo wasn't even there, so...
I know. Well, see, dude, that residual... Like, Russo, it's like when somebody, like, has a stomach ache and they pass gas in a room and they leave and it still hangs around and people are, like, smelling
wow.
it.
What the hell?
The only thing I can think of, it's like 2000
you just compared Russo to literal crap.
I did. Well, it fits. If the gas fits, pal. But, yeah, I mean, look at WCW. He left there, and it still looked like he was booking the damn thing. For reference...
he left there, and it closed.
Yeah, well, for reference, with the WWE, when you think about it, he did not book the Mae Young giving birth to a hand thing. He was,
yeah.
He was gone by then. So...
He was gone.
Forever, bro. But that should tell you all you need to know, that the stench of Russo lingers far after he's gone. In every company. It took TNA a while to get the grisly stench of Russo off of them. That's all I can say.
And they went back to him.
Well, no, I'm talking about the last time when they finally got rid of him. But yeah, until he finally was gone forever, bro. Like, they still stunk of Russo all the way. But yeah, so the grisly The Grizzlies stank. Still hung around 15 and 16. Thank God we don't have to cover 16, man. There was like one good thing on that whole show. And I mean, you know what it is, right?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I don't think I saw Naked Media on this show, so.
On 16? I thought he was at 16. Or am I don't know. I guess maybe he wasn't.
Well, not naked Midian, but.
Well, he was clothed Midian.
That's so fun.
Well, you're not wrong. So, but yeah, I mean, the one good thing about the show was clearly TNA versus Head Cheese.
Hell yeah!
Had to get that one in there. Well, and of course, Hardcore Holly versus Crash Holly that went 15 minutes. Well, I guess
that was the Battle Royal.
Yeah, the Battle Royal. Yeah, for the Hardcore Championship. Good Lord. Or no, I'm sorry. Scratch all of that. Scratch it all. It was a 2.5-minute cat fight between Terry Runnels and the cat. We mentioned it earlier. Right there. At 16.
The watch along's coming.
God, is it? This whole show.
You mention it.
This whole show sucked. The two good things about WrestleMania 2000 for all of you, and no, it was not a McMahon in every corner. That sucked. The two good things about WrestleMania 16 was the 2 out of 3 falls for match for the Intercontinental and European titles. Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, and Kurt Angle. And the other one was obviously the triple threat ladder match. ENC, Dudleys, and Hardys. Past that, this show just sucked all kinds of butt.
Yeah, but it picked up the next year.
Well, yeah, next year was like considered the greatest WrestleMania of all time by many people. So, what do you, I don't know if I ever asked you, what do you consider the best of all time?
It's between the 17 and 19 for me.
Yeah, 19 was really good. That's a sleeper one. Not a lot of people that's not the first one that pops in people's minds, but I mean, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Austin's last match against The Rock. I mean, it's good stuff on the show, man. I'm surprised you didn't go to that one, did you?
No.
I'm surprised. That wasn't far from you, was it? Seattle?
No, Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, so, wow, I'm shocked. And it was in a ball field, so I'm like, that ticks all of your boxes.
Won't happen again.
Yeah, there you go. You learn from your mistakes. But, I'm sorry. I still keep looking at this card and hanging my head. China and Too Cool defeated Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Perry Saturn.
And Pete Rose got involved in that one, I believe. Was it that one?
I don't know. I am not.
No, it was whatever the Rikishi match was. I heard Too Cool and thought of Rikishi. It's whatever the Rikishi match is he got involved in.
The thing that gets me is that main event, Fatal 4-Way. Triple H, The Rock, Mick Foley, and Big Show. That went 36.5 minutes.
Well, it was elimination.
Well, yeah, it's true, but
that adds time on.
Yeah, golly, that's over half an hour. Didn't Foley get out first too?
No, Big Show did.
Oh, poor Big Show, man. He just got the shaft. He got screwed over, man. Anyway. Thank you all for tuning in and listening to this another WrestleMania review. WrestleMania 42 is coming up in just a couple of weeks, actually. Next week, we're going to do one more WrestleMania review. I haven't decided on what it's going to be just yet. It will be our final WrestleMania review before the new WrestleMania hits, and so I'm going through. I'm trying to decide what it's going to be. I've got a few cooking. I got a few in the archives of the audio that has never been heard on this channel before. And I'll decide on that and let you know shortly. But next week is going to be a big wrestling week all the way around, because Monday I am going to post more wrestling content on April 6th. Check out, it's only going to be on the YouTube and Rumble channels, so go check it out on youtube.com/@MarksOnMedia, or you can check it out on rumble.com/C/main event Marks. I will post a brand new Dark Side of Wrestling history. It is locked and loaded and ready to go. I've just had other things I've been working on. I haven't been able to post it yet. More urgent stuff to post. But since next week is WrestleMania week, I will get hot and heavy on that and get that posted on Monday. And then next Wednesday will be another WrestleMania review. So check that out. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you tune in next week. Subscribe to the channel or subscribe to wherever you're listening to the podcast now. We'll see you next week. Later.